And we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Brooklyn Bulls and the Baltimore Ravens. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Allen. Dancing to his left. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. Being chased out left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. 2nd and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Allen. Flushed out right. Allen hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Okay, after those first two drives, I think there's a head coach who's going to be called for CSI. They're going to want some forensics on this. What is going on with this ball club? Unable to hold on to the football and take care of it.
Yeah, 2 straight fumbles for them to start out.
Yeah, you would think that this team would come in ready to go. Sometimes just mentally not prepared, and it shows up in these types of plays.
First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Right back to Duvernay. That's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Ravens are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. 2nd and 8. Here's Allen to throw it. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Going to try and throw on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Gets through and now an opening. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Very nicely done there on the reception, and what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
The first down carried by Elliott doesn't amount to much, as he'll get forward for about a couple.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Now Allen. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Odafe Oweh drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Flush to his right. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the handoff comes to Gordon, and he'll get this only up to about the 35. Bilal Nichols there on the stop.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins, and he will have a Ravens first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Jackson is going to keep it himself. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Play action, now Jackson. That's out to the flat for Gordon. And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the first. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Jalen Smith. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. In his own end zone, it's Allen. Working the middle here, that's complete to Moreau, the tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. To the air, Allen. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And he's going to be marked down short of the 1st down, right around the 17. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. That's to his running back, complete. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. 4th and 2, they got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. They'll roll him out right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this 1st half. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half. At the 48-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this 1st half of play.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And it'll be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, yeah, this offense has had their way for the most part here in this first half, but that time, maybe they got a little greedy.
Well, it is hard to blame them, isn't it? Because like they said back in the 1980s, greed can be good. Stick with what's been working. But that time, I think he got a little bit too much air under that one, and it turned into a turnover that was much needed by that defense.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So the illegal forward pass also cost them a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Play action. It's Jackson. Going for the deep ball. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Play action. Now it's Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Jalen Smith able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now left side on the swing pass. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
I like the thinking there because right after a sack, it can be a great time to call for a screen to your running back and use the eagerness of the defense against them. Able to gain some positive yards out of this one and make things a little bit easier for them on 3rd down.
It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Again, they'll throw with Allen. He'll get this underneath to Edmonds. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It could pop big. In this case, it didn't.
Now Allen, gotta have this one. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And down inside the 15 he goes. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. The give is to Elliott. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Odafe Owe there on the tackle.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing now is Allen. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in,
and he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bulls are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Allen will try to throw for it. He's got it. So they convert the two. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a two-score game. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Jackson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 35. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
Pushing through the contact, and he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. He completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Elliott running right. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
A 3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Throw left side complete. That's McKenzie. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. Firing quickly is Allen. That's complete.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. 2nd down and goal. Allen. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Allen. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step 1, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if they're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why teams are practicing multiple 2-point plays.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. The return man is Hill. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Another run here with Dobbins. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Throwing now is Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Here's Allen. Escaping the pressure right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. One final try here for Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. Taking it right down Broadway. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Tucker now to add the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
And a disappointing way